What's going on, everybody? It's Korr here, and welcome to Super Street the Game. This is one of the many blunders in terms of racing games made by Team 6 Studios. This is in fact actually developed by Rebel Studios and Team 6 and published by Lion Castle Entertainment. It came out in 2018. And it was an attempt at like a modern interpretation of a Need for Speed Underground type game. But as soon as the game came out, it was released to mockery and jokes. Okay, so I apologize for what just happened. My computer loves to do that several times a day, sometimes 3 or 4 times in a row. So back to Super Street the game. Unfortunately, I am not able to show you the tutorial race or the part where you select your car for the first time because as soon as you start the game, if you choose not to do the tutorial race, the game thrusts you straight into the car selection screen. And I picked this thing that I have no idea what this car is called, but it kinda resembles an NSX in a way, with the exception of the front end, which is from an S14 Sylvia. And the thing about this game that you need to understand is, and by the way, I still don't think they've changed this. When you select your car at the start of the game, that's it. That's the only car you'll ever drive throughout the whole career mode. I'm not kidding, seriously, that's it. That's the only car you'll ever drive. This basically means that because there is a total of 8 cars to choose from in the game, if you want to try out every single one, you have to play through the game 8 times. And as you'll see later in this video, that's not a very good idea. And everyone complained about this feature, but the Team 6 didn't really seem to do anything about it. However, one of the good things about this game, one of the very few good things, is that the customization is actually quite decent. So we're going to start by building this car completely, and then we're going to take it out for a drive in the career mode. So as you can see, I edited the ever-living crap out of the money, and I have almost $6 million. Which means we'll be able to do a full build on the car just fine. So, let's begin with the exterior and the front bumper. So even though this game does not have any licensed cars, all the customization is 100% fully licensed. So you have stuff like Charge Speed and C-West and Duraflex and VIS Racing Sports, and you also have the occasional few custom parts. So I think for this build we're going to go with this Duraflex GPR bumper. And it has some dirt on it, and the graphics in this game aren't too bad, though. I have to be honest about that. They're pretty good. After all, it does run on Unreal Engine 4, so that's kinda to be expected. So as you can see, the rear end is completely stolen from the NA1 and NA2 Acura NSX / Honda NSX. But this car is not mid-engine like the NSX's. It is front-engine. We'll get to that in a bit. So, I'm thinking this Duraflex one right here. So side skirts, we have quite a few options here again, and quite a few custom options this time. So as for the hood, and as you can see, all the parts kind of swipe away to get replaced with the new ones, kind of like the Crew one used to, if you remember that. This carbon fiber one looks nice, actually. Roof scoop, oh yes, you can put roof scoops on your cars in this game. Remember roof scoops from the old Need for Speed games? I'm not doing that, because it's not mid-engine. Wings, there's quite a few wing options here. And there's even brands that I haven't seen in racing games at all, like NRG Innovations, for example. Although, to be honest, I could understand why, because not a lot of racing games include interior customization, except for the Crew. But the Crew is just, you know, upholstery colors and stuff like that. I don't like the arrow motif on the posts on this one, so I'm going to go with the NRG Carb A690 here. Looks pretty nice. Wing mirrors, yes, you can change the wing mirrors as well. I can't complain about the customization in this game because it's very, very good. We put the Charge Speed one because it's the only one that's painted. Fenders, there's quite a few in here. There is some, you know, stuff resembling Rocket Bunny, but I don't want to go with that because early 2000s customization is the way to go with this game. Yes, you even have some splitter options that you can do here. So I'm going to go with... Actually, I'm not going to put a splitter on it. And license plate, you can either have no license plate or have one that just says Super Street. That's a bit redundant. I wish we could change the the text, but you know, it doesn't matter, we'll leave it on. Next, performance upgrades. And there's quite a lot of stuff here. You can change the exhaust. And I like that the exhaust tips themselves are part of the exhaust upgrade. I wish more racing games did that, because, you know, it's purposeful, you know, it makes sense. And there's quite a few brands here, including, again, stuff that I don't see in racing games a lot, like Megan Racing and Nvidia here, and Guerrilla as well. And Corsa Performance, too. Actually, those quad tips look nice. I'm going to put them on. Nitro, yes, you can see the NOS bottle get equipped in the interior. I'm going to go with a NOS bottle, as you do. Engine, yes, you can swap your engine as well. I'm going to go with this 3-liter inline 6 here, because why not? Actually, well, there's no V6 engine, so it can be like the NSX, so 3-liter inline 6 it is. Turbo, yes, not only can you change the turbo, you also see it inside. Brakes, again, you see the brakes when you change them. I'm going to go for AP Racing, because I don't know why, but there's something really cool about brake calipers that say AP Racing on them. You can't see the sway bar, but it's there. I don't know what the point of that was, but when you put new suspension on it, you see the coilovers as well. You get the idea. Everything is very well detailed. Wow, that's a really cool name for an ECU brand, Megasquirt. Once again, that's a warning for people with dirty minds. Okay, now that the engine is fully upgraded, we can move on to the rims. The first thing you can do is change the tires, and yes, all the tires are officially licensed. Some of them have writing on them as well. I'm going to go for the Toyo Proxys TR888Rs here. In terms of rims, this game had BBS before Need for Speed Heat, which I find amazing. These rim models as well are 100% accurate to their real-life counterparts. I've never seen rim models more accurate than this, and I don't say that lightly. Yes, they're even better than Need for Speed Heat. The only bad thing about them is there's not a lot of them. Ooh, well, the Sparco Trofeo 5s actually look really nice. And there's even these XXR rims, which I believe are like cheaper replicas or something of, you know, expensive rim brands. So I'm thinking either the Sparco Trofeo 5s or the, where are they? Or maybe the OZ RS as well. Or the Superleggera 3s. Actually, the RS. You know, I will always prefer deep dish wheels over concave, but something about concave is really nice. Here's the stance tuning. Some camber, just a tiny little bit, just to keep it looking nice. Wheel spacers. Yes, there's wheel spacers in this game, which Need for Speed Heat doesn't have still to this day. And yes, I am a child, and I'm gonna put giant 21-inch wheels on my car. It is, after all, a video game. Next up is the paint, which means it can finally look normal. And this car had different paint finishes, once again, before Need for Speed Heat. And you can even do skins like, I'm guessing this is supposed to be matte white, and then rust and carbon fiber as well, but I'm going with pearl. So let's go for the darkest purple here. Oh, shoot, that's nice. That's really, really nice. Yes. Apply that paint, please. Thank you. Paint parts. Can we paint the wheels? Because yes, we can actually. So you can change the lights as well and have custom lights. Sadly, these are not officially licensed, but then again, I would not expect them to. And yes, you can do all kinds of rear lights as well, including these, which have fake exhaust pipes on them, a la the McLaren MP412C or 650S. I'm just gonna go with those. And you can put neons on it as well, but I'm not going to do that. Oops, I almost wiped all my paint there. I wanted to paint my headlights, or the beam of the headlights. Yes, so yes, you can paint the beam of your headlights with a full spectrum of colors, which is something that Need for Speed needs to look to for inspiration. You can tint the windows, obviously, and change the tint amount, and you can put colored window tint on the car as well, which is, again, something that Need for Speed needs to look to for inspiration. Then you have the interior customization, which you can do. I'm just gonna quickly breeze through the interior customization because I've been on the customization screen for a really long time. I'll be back in a second. And our car is finally done. which means it's now time to go and drive it and begin the career mode and immediately win because we have a maxed out car with a swapped engine. Unfortunately, this is also where the bad parts of Super Street the game begin, and by that you'll see what I mean, because remember, I torrented this game and this is not the patched version, which means there's going to be a lot of problems. So this is a time trial race, which is sad because I won't get to show you what the AI does in this game. So we're on our way now. First thing that you won't be able to tell due to my way of filming audio is every single car in the game, regardless of engine or type of car, sounds exactly the same. Next thing you notice is the gearing. I'm going to bring up the 918 from Heat again. Look at the gearing. The car gets to 200 kilometers per hour before shifting into 4th gear, which I find rather strange. Then there's the clunky physics, which basically, I hadn't learned the controls. I'm sorry, I'm playing with controller. So basically what happens here is you're pretty much forced to drift around every single corner to take them properly, because if you don't, the car just understeers massively and it will veer you into a wall, and you'll crash into an explosive barrel and die. I wouldn't have such a big problem with this, except for the fact that just the slightest crash at the lowest possible speed, I didn't even know the physics in this game could do that. The smallest crash at the lowest possible speed can take you out. It's okay because you'll immediately respawn, but, you know, why would that need to happen? So let's keep going here. We have a few more races. I'll just do a couple more and I'll call this off because I don't think I'll be able to control my sanity with how crappy this game's physics are. So here we are on a different map at night. This is a closed track racer, of course. It's not free roam, it's not open world. Again, this is a budget game, so I wouldn't expect it to be. And in order to... Did you see what happened? This is my problem. And I got obliterated by the AI, but basically to drift properly in this game, you have to hold the e-brake. And what happens is, holding the e-brake means your car will involuntarily lose control and you'll crash out again. Did you see that? I was barely doing 60 miles an hour and I got obliterated. See, you have to hold the e-brake, hold the gas, and turn, and that happens. Bruh. The hell? Takedown. I just took out a traffic car. That wasn't an AI though. One positive thing I can say about this game is the graphics are not actually that bad. I mean, running on Unreal Engine 4, you don't really expect them to be. But, you know, when I say the graphics aren't that bad, I mean they're not that bad for Xbox 360 and PS3 standards, which is a problem because this game came out on Xbox One and PS4 as well. And when it came out in 2018, it cost $50. You had to pay $50 for the privilege of playing a game with physics and graphics and sound design like this. And that's just inexcusable. You know what the best thing about this game is? The YouTuber called Dubstep Dancer Gamer 28, that no matter how bad this game is, and it is very bad, he continues to defend the game and say that it's better than Need for Speed Heat and Forza Horizon 4 and The Crew 2 as well. And you know, The Crew 2 and Need for Speed Heat have their own problems, but they are eons better than this game. Alright, one more track before I lose my mind. I might make a video on Dubstep Dancer Gamer 28 at some point, because that is a show that you all need to see. Okay, so here we are on another map. I believe this is a similar one to the one where I did the time trial. And no, I still haven't figured out the drifting controls. It's ridiculous. Also, the game relies too much on wet roads to look pretty, which is never a good thing. It especially hurts because I'm sure a lot of you seen... Okay, that was bull. I'm sure a lot of you have seen what Unreal Engine 4 is capable of, and this is just not it. One kind of interesting thing about this game is that the minimap shows traffic cars as well, not just AI. Okay, who designed these physics and why are they still working at Team 6? Who made these goddamn physics? What kind of sense do these physics make? I was holding left the whole time, by the way, when I did that. Wow, unbelievable. Yes, I will be uninstalling this game the second I'm done filming this video. And did you see that? I just got airborne and my car weighed down on its rear end and took off.
Bruh.
And I just went off the track because there's no track barriers. There's only a racing line. And if you get distracted by how this game is, you'll veer off the track. How are you supposed to... Oh my god. How are you supposed to win these races? And look at this. Amazing. How are you supposed to win races with a non-upgraded car if the physics are this impossible to understand? That's enough. I've had enough of this game. You can see the speakers from the trunk protruding through the rear bumper. This is possibly the worst game I've played so far on the channel, and I'm ending the video right here before I throw my PC out the window. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.